Hi friends. Oftentimes in looking for resources for children and families and youth, we come across things that are application oriented, how to apply a principle from a Bible story into real life. And when you look at that kind of a resource, it makes the humans, it makes the people in the Bible out to be heroes. This person did this, you go be like that person. But that isn't always the best way to look at these things, because humans really aren't the hero of those stories. It's God. So when we think about the story of Christmas, when we think about some of these things, Mary, oftentimes people say, when we hear the story of Mary, God came to Mary, Mary said yes. Mary served her Lord. Go serve like Mary. But it's not really about Mary. If we look at what God was doing, God was using God's power to disrupt the power at the time. God could have gone straight to Joseph. Men were the ones at the time that had the power. But instead, God went to Mary. God used God's own power to disrupt that power, to show how disrupting power could be used for good. And then we look at Joseph. And oftentimes that story can be that Joseph obeyed God, and so we should obey like Joseph. But look at what God did, what we can learn about God from that story, that we can know that when we are confused, when we are afraid, when we don't know what to do next, that God is with us. Because Mary shares her news with Joseph, and Joseph doesn't know what to do. Can he trust her? Is she telling the truth? And God is with Joseph through it all, meeting him there and showing him the next steps, what to do next. And then the shepherds shared the good news about the baby. So go share the news of Jesus with everyone. But if we look to what is God doing, God is showing up with maybe the least likely. God didn't show up for the ones who were important and powerful. God showed up to the shepherds, to those unimportant, powerless, maybe the most unexpected. God could choose anyone, and God chose those shepherds on purpose. So you see, the humans in the stories are not the ones to be copied. Yes, they are practicing their faith. They are learning how to trust God, and that is good to read and learn and know. But when we can look to God in these stories, what is God doing? We see that God is the hero of these stories, how God is working in and through these people, that God is faithful, God is always there, God never leaves. That's what makes God the hero of these stories. And what we can see, what we can teach our children, what we can learn over and over again is that truth of who God is. And God is with us and in us and by us through it all. Have a good week, friends.